In Kharkiv region, an armored vehicle of the Ukrainian armed forces hit a mine in the middle of the road.
Какая красивая погода, а травка.
The Russian Molnia UAV made a very hard landing on a Ukrainian armed forces vehicle exactly 20 kilometers from the line of contact. This is how the whole thing was captured on camera.
Що це? Да. Куди? Собрались, спокойно. Вещи собираем, быстро уходим. Юра, заглуши машину.
Footage of the shot-down vehicle. Moments of Russian airstrikes recorded by Ukrainian armed forces soldiers. Don't forget to leave your opinion about the video in the comments, subscribe and like.
Ебать. Опять туда же.
Сука. Ебать, Господи, сбережи. Сука.
In the direction of Seversk, Russian drone operators found the UAV control point of the Ukrainian armed forces. Russian operators tracked a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone, and this movement led them to the checkpoint. Attack drones then moved in, and the Ukrainian UAV control point was destroyed. Two Russian servicemen destroyed the basement where the Ukrainian armed forces personnel were located by throwing an anti-tank mine into the basement. In Sumy region, the movement of two motorized infantrymen of the armed forces of Ukraine was detected. Russian drone operators followed them, and when they were parked in the forest belt, attack drones were activated and flew directly at the two soldiers. Members of the U.S. Special Operations Command observe an F-35 flying somewhere in the Indo-Pacific. The video shows robotic platforms destroying Ukrainian positions. Kupiansk direction. Russian troops are attacking trenches and bunkers actively used by the Ukrainian armed forces with ground UAVs. What do you think about these ground UAVs? Write your opinion in the comments. Exclusive footage from the direction of Kharkiv. A tank belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces is blown up in an epic fashion after a precision strike by a Russian drone. The UAV control point of the armed forces of Ukraine was detected. Reconnaissance operators thoroughly scanned the position and recorded the coordinates of the target. The attack drones then mobilized and destroyed the position. UAV operators of the 35th Combined Arms Army of the Vostok Group detected a bunker of the Ukrainian armed forces in the forest belt. They then destroyed the bunker and its equipment with a fiber optic drone loaded with heavy ammunition. Destroyed a 122mm 2S1 self-propelled howitzer with a lancet attack near the Serebryansky forestry on the Krasnolimansk direction. The Russian Defense Ministry reported that FPV UAV operators of the South Troops destroyed an armored HMMWV and a pickup truck of the armed forces of Ukraine near the village of Maiskoye. As far as I can see from the video, the drone that carried out the attack is the Prince of Novgorod Vandal fiber optic drone. In the meantime, you can use YouTube Super Thank You to support us and our content. We need it to continue with our videos. Konstantinovka. Reconnaissance of the 27th Artillery Regiment of the 6th Division, the Ukrainian armed forces control the supply routes, and every day it destroys Ukrainian transportation. As a result of the coordinated work of the artillery and drone operators, the vehicle used by Ukrainian soldiers was shot down, and the equipment that the soldiers landed in the forest was destroyed by the artillery. During an aerial reconnaissance in the Kharkiv region, the northern UAV operator of the Russian Air Force uncovered and destroyed a Ukrainian armed forces ground-type UAV with an anti-tank mine planted on it. The FPV drone VT-40 destroyed the 8x8 wheeled self-propelled howitzer 155mm Caesar with a single hit on the territory of the Dnipropetrovsk region. The drone operator of the 14th Separate Guard Brigade of the Vostok Special Forces destroyed temporary deployment points, basements, houses, and garages used by the armed forces of Ukraine in the direction of South Donetsk. In this video clip, you can see how Russian drone operators easily destroy a large number of houses with drones. Leave your thoughts on FPV drones in the comments. Direction. The Ukrainian armed forces drove an American-made Bradley BMP into a populated area where a group of Russian infantry was waiting for it. As the armored vehicle approached, a Russian drone suddenly appeared out of nowhere and struck the Bradley hard. The crew of the armored car panicked and abandoned the armored car and drove away. Later, another drone arrived and delivered the final blow to the Bradley. A camouflaged tank of the Ukrainian armed forces, no matter how well camouflaged it is, and no matter how many obstacles are put up to protect it from drone attacks, it still cannot stop Russian drones. This expensive million-dollar equipment weighing tons was destroyed by 3 to 4 small FPV drone attacks. As far as I can see from the video, I think the crew of the tank is in the house with the blue roof right next to the tank. Ukrainian FPV drone tried to destroy an ambulance with Russian soldiers. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments.
Мама родная, блядь! Сука! Далеко до точки? Бегом дальше!
Russian fiber optic drone operators set out to destroy a Humvee vehicle spotted by reconnaissance operators. No matter how fast the vehicles are, they cannot escape the drones. While standard attack FPV drones reach speeds of 100 to 150 kilometers per hour, specially modified ones can reach speeds of up to 200 kilometers per hour. So it's not really possible to run away from them. But maybe hiding from them is sometimes possible. FPV drone operators of the 200th Brigade of the Independent Guards detected the UAV control point of the armed forces of Ukraine. The coordinates of the control point were precisely recorded and reported to the operators of the fiber optic drone Prince Vandal of Novgorod. The drone operator slowly and in a controlled manner arrived at the target position and blew it up. On the same direction, a UAV control point was detected inside a bunker. This control point was also destroyed by fiber optic operators.
Что так делал? Сейчас подготовимся.
Kharkiv direction. VT-40 drone operators intercepted the movement of a pickup of the armed forces of Ukraine. The vehicle stopped in an open field and caught fire. An armored personnel arrived to evacuate the personnel of the vehicle. They wanted to move the personnel to a safe area, but Russian drones were following them. Just as the crew in the armored vehicle was being evacuated, another VT-40 drone hit the armored vehicle. In the morning, another attack drone came to check the armored vehicle. All the doors of the vehicle were open, making it an easy target. There were supplies in the armored vehicle. Another pickup truck carrying supplies was found in the same settlement, which also did not escape the attack of Russian drones. The Ukrainian armed forces lost several armored vehicles during their incursion into the Belgorod region. Here are the images of the destruction of armored vehicles. Sudoplatov drone pilots hit BMPs and IMRs using fiber optics. Here is a video of the destruction of enemy armored vehicles during the AFU's attempt to enter the Belgorod region today. Sudoplatov drone pilots practice using fiber optic KVN drones, hitting BMPs, and IMRs. The Russian Defense Ministry reports that all attacks on the borders of the Belgorod region have been repelled. Kherson direction. UAV control points of the armed forces of Ukraine were detected. Russian reconnaissance drones reported the coordinates of the detected point to the attack drones, and the attack drones immediately set off. The first drone broke the door, the second drone and the third drone entered the building and destroyed the checkpoint. Another drone checkpoint was detected in a village in the same direction. The checkpoint was hit and destroyed. The movement of a personnel was detected inside the destroyed house. A drone capable of dropping ammunition dropped the ammunition. And then a drone ready to take off in an open area was shot down and destroyed. And in another village in the same direction, a house used as both a temporary deployment point and a drone control point was also detected. Reconnaissance drones monitored it for a long time and reported what was happening. Then the drones mobilized for the attack. They moved quickly directly towards the house and hit it.